Hello everyone, my name is Nazim Aliyat. Today we're gonna have a Flex meeting with Flex finalists from 2022 is Javohir and Azar Seyidli. I want to wait 5-10 minutes for other participants to come, but if someone will join, they will join the process. So for now we have only Javohir. Azar might join a little bit late. Hello Javohir.
Yeah, good afternoon, probably. Oh wait, not good afternoon. Good morning for
Yes.
Baku. Yeah, so it should be morning. Yeah, so welcome to the meeting. I'm Javohir Utkirov. I'm from Uzbekistan, and I'm a Flex alumnus from 2022. Yeah, so in today's meeting, with Nazim and Azer, we're going to talk about, the Flex program and all the concerned things about the Flex program. So, yeah.
I also prepared presentation so you can talk. Like you have pictures there. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay. I hope you can see it.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So
We
guys, it
also
would be better if you muted yourself.
yep. Also we have QR code here. If you want to join our Telegram or Instagram, it's here.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go. So you can start over here. Talk about your
Yeah,
experience.
so we're gonna start with me, I guess. So I'm Zhao Hyojiro, as you know already, and I'm a Flex alumnus of 2022 from Uzbekistan. I'm 19 years old. I currently work as an English tutor, and I also am preparing for the SAT and preparing for a college application process in America. I mean, America for American universities. And yeah, so do you want me to talk about my experience like from scratch, Nazim? Like, do you want me to start from the beginning? Okay. So, in 2020, during the quarantine, I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos because, I didn't really have anything to do, and I was really getting bored at that time. And when I was watching those videos, I stumbled upon a video where one girl just talked about the Flex program. And after finding about this program, this exchange program, I realized that I could also realize my dream of going to America, through this program at such a young age, like I would say I was like 16 in 2020. And after watching these videos on YouTube and after finding out more and more about the Flex program and its application process, in 2020, in September, I started my application form. And in 2022, in 2021, I became a Flex finalist. I passed through all the stages. And in September 2022, I left for America to study in American high school. I studied there for one academic year, which means like 9 months. And I also stayed one more month with my host family after graduation. And as you can see here, I'm holding my flag, and I also have this, little Uzbek scarf to represent my culture, my Uzbek culture, right? And I also have a medal here. So the reason why I have a medal is that I was also a National Honor Society member. So a National Honor Society member, I don't know how to explain to my Azerbaijani comrades, but in Uzbekistan, in high schools, not in high schools, but like in all, classes, we have this Kamalot. Kamalot is like a organization for like aspiring youngsters in Uzbek high schools who just want to, participate in schools actively, who can organize things and stuff. So yeah, school leaders. So I was also a National Honor Society member in my own high school, and that is the reason why I was awarded with this medal because I organized a lot of all kinds of competitions, and also like I organized one multicultural day and volunteering opportunities. I remember making morning announcements saying that, oh guys, like I'm working on this project. If there's any volunteer, I welcome them. So I would just, do this kind of thing as being part of National Honor Society, as National Honor Society. And yeah, so I also stayed in two host families. So I lived with my first host family for this first 6 months or 7 months till May or April. Wait, till May. And then I had to change my host family. The reason why I had to change my host family was that my first host family was planning to go on a trip to Ireland for 20 days, if I'm not mistaken. And I couldn't really stay with them because they thought that I would go to Uzbekistan in May 2022, but it turned out to be June 21st. So that is the reason why they didn't buy me a ticket. So I had to change a host family for like a month, and for the rest of my stay in America, I had to stay with my second host family, which was who were a lot of fun. Yeah. So that's kind of my story. And here you can see my first host family from the left side, and in the right hand side you can see me and my classmates. And this was a day where I, talked about Uzbekistan. I hung the flag on the dashboard, right? And also I, had a slideshow. And I also, if you can see, if you pay attention to it, you can see that there is a girl who has a, tubuteka, who has a, how they say it, like a hat, special hat, Uzbek hat, and I gave it to her. So yeah, and I just like exchanged this culture. I mean, I explained all about Uzbekistan, its traditions, its history, its culture. So I was really given the opportunity to do this through the Flex program, and that was really insane. I really liked the experience, and that is actually the reason why I also want to become a cultural, not a cultural, but like an ambassador of Uzbekistan in some other country, because I'm so into this kind of, international relations. So that is the reason why I'm so thankful to the Flex program for, helping me helping me find out what I really want in this life. And after just giving these presentations about America, about Uzbekistan, and learning about America and other cultures, I just realized that being ambassador would be a really great profession for me in the future. So I would say that the Flex program can be really, really life changing. So I would really say that if you're eligible to apply to the program, just do so. Do apply because you can benefit a lot. Okay, so there's there is a
There's
picture.
also history about the police, right?
What
When
did you
you
say?
come,
Oh
policeman
yeah,
in the
yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah. So this is a picture with my flex buddies. From the left hand side, we're going to like count. So there is, Akzat. I don't know his real name, but I think it was Akzat or something. So he was from Kyrgyzstan, and that's me. And the guy in the middle is from Kazakhstan, and this guy is from Tajikistan. Shahzod is his name. And there's a guy from Azerbaijan. Yeah, I do remember him, but I don't remember his name. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. So and in this place, we ended up being in this place through a scholarship which was provided by the Flex program. So I remember applying for for a scholarship workshop, I would say, in 2021 in winter. And I got the scholarship later that winter and went to Washington in March with other 74 students from all across Europe and Central Asia, and we had a lot of fun together, right? We'll talk about it later when hopefully, what was his name? Azer joins in, right? And in the second picture, you can see me in Tashkent, which is, one of the most beautiful metro stations in the whole post-Soviet space. And I was just, talking about this metro station and how it is better than New York Underground, right? Because in New York Underground, you can see like a lot of rats and mice, just, and so many homeless people, and it's not like beautiful there. Unlike in New York, our metro station is so good. Yeah, I'm so proud of saying that. There's only one thing that we can be proud of. No, no, just kidding. Yeah, so I gave this presentation in my classroom, and you can see my classmates here. And Uzbekistan was so interesting for them too. And I bet that when you go to, America and when you present your own country too, like Azerbaijan or Ukraine, let's say, everyone will be interested in getting to know you because imagine, yo, Azer, let's go, my man. He's back. All right,
Hello, how are
so
you? I'm so
yeah, how
sorry.
Hello.
I
No
had
problem.
real big internet issues here in my hometown, and I think in my defense, I can say that this is very common in post-Soviet world. So,
okay,
uh,
yeah,
I'm
gotcha.
I'm glad to be back. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, so I was saying to Nazim that Azar is always late because I remember having this meeting with you last year and you were also late for the meeting. And I was calling you, Azar, where are you? Like, I need you, man. Like, I promised my students that we would have this meeting. And you were late
Yes,
like 5 minutes or something.
and I was joining from the same place from here, and around here in my hometown, internet is a big issue. I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah. I'm also using my mobile data plan because our Wi-Fi just sucks, and that's why I had to use a better internet connection using
No,
my.
I would do that too. Guess what happened? Yesterday, I left my phone charger somewhere. And
Mm.
here, all my other family members are Android users. There's no iPhone user that I know here around here or among my neighbors. I'm like, gosh, my phone was out of charge, so I couldn't use this. And like, the internet was a big problem here. I couldn't join just using my internet and through via, Instagram that Nazim, the links Nazim sent me. So it was all messed up. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, so let us keep on with the presentation. And here, yeah, so I talked about the presentation and stuff and the cultural exchange. And as you can see here, we have this Halloween holiday in America, and I guess that most of you know about it, and most of you maybe even tried. And that's my first host family, and that is the first time Azerbaijan and internet. Yes. Okay, so this is the first time I was like immersed in this, American holiday thing, and Halloween was so exciting because, before getting these pumpkins carved, we had to hunt for them. We had to hunt for them. We had to just go to a special place, like a maze, I would say, and we had to like choose a really good shaped uh, pumpkins from among like thousands of them. So I really had to spend like a lot of time searching for a really nice shaped pumpkin, and that's what we ended up having at the end. And as you can see, I'm with my host dad number one, with my first host dad, and with my first host brother. So we did these, carved these pumpkins from the right hand side. You can see them, right? And that's so exciting. That's so exciting. If you go to America, hopefully when you go to America, you'll try these things too. It will help you better understand the American culture and its traditions. And Halloween will not be the only holiday that you will experience there. There will be like what was it day? Thanksgiving Day, right? Christmas and all kinds of other holidays that will come up during your whole experience. So I really say that just go out with your host family, try to do things together to exchange cultures with each other to get to know each other better. So that's what I would say. Yeah. Okay. Do we have another presentation for me, Nazim?
No, that's the last one.
Okay,
Thank you very
time
much,
for
Azar.
legends. Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Okay, now Azar starts.
So, hello guys. Thank you for using my pictures from I think these are from Instagram, right? Nazim, I couldn't send you
Yes, yes.
my pictures yesterday. He requested, asked gently to send me my pictures, and I've been having this internet issue since yesterday. So I'm sorry. But yeah, these are ones of my favorites. As you can see, the one with a group of kids with a flex flag with a Washington Monument just behind us was taken during the civic education workshop where I met Javohir, and that's what makes this photo really special. And this one's from the Congress, Capitol Hill, right? So
Azar,
I
if you
guess.
want, you can like start from scratch how you heard about flags or something like from scratch.
Do I need to talk about the application process?
I mean, if you want, yes.
Okay, yes. So guys, Jawahir most probably told you that in Azerbaijan, only 11th graders can apply for this program. This may be different for other countries. I know in Georgia, Armenia, or elsewhere in Eastern Europe and in Central Asia, students from 9th and 10th grade can apply too, but that's not the case for us, unfortunately. We can only apply during the 11th grade. So if you're going to be 11th grade as of September 15th, yes, you can apply for this program. But if you're not, if you're younger, well, lucky you that you know about this program even now. So you're going to have time to prepare and to benefit from others' experiences. So basically what you need to do right now is go to Discover Flex, apply. There's a link that Nazim will probably share with you. That would be great if you share it in the chat box, Nazim. But yeah, you probably have your own Telegram group or WhatsApp, so you can share it there as well. And what you need to do, just go to that link, create your account, basically the same way that you do with other social media accounts. You just go there, add username, your name, surname, and a password, okay? So you're going to set a password and you're going to log in and start filling your application. What's inside it is your credentials, your name, surname, basic information about you, your perceived English level. So what do you think the level of your speaking is English in English language? So what's your reading? How does your writing looks like? So you can say C1, B1, can say whatever you want. So what I want to point out is English language level in this program doesn't matter a lot. Yes, it doesn't. There's such a perception, such a stereotype that, well, whoever's got the uppest English language level, the highest English level, will be selected for this program. If that was so, the name of this program wouldn't be Future Leaders Exchange, it would be guys with highest English language level program, okay? And what they would do would be just conducting an English test and selecting those with the highest score. But this is not about your English level. This is about your worldview. This is about your critical thinking ability, your flexibility. And that's why in the first tour, you're going to have, in the first round of application process, you will have 3 essays to write, okay? And those essays will be based on the questions that will be given and that will be inside the application form. They will try to evaluate your approach to problem solving, your attitude to communicating with others. For example, Jawahir, do you remember what questions you had in the first round?
Yeah, so it was like, can you describe a very hard moment outside your school, and can you like tell us what you learned from that difficult situation? So that was one of my essay prompts. I can't really like say it, word by word, but it was something like that. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, nice questions, by the way. So mine were looked like, imagine a moment that you and your surrounding had different opinions. What did you say? What did you do? How did you come to a common ground? And the other one, and I can't remember them word by word, but I remember that was about, what was that? Yeah, imagine that, no, not imagine, but remember when you had targeted a goal that you didn't achieve at the end. What was your reaction? What did you do? So you can see from these questions that it's all about trying to evaluate how cool and how flexible you are towards happenings around you. And so this is and the grammatical errors and spelling errors you might have in those essays don't matter at all. Why? Again, because the English level you got doesn't even matter. It's about the ideas you can have in the essay, the ideas you can express, the ideas that will take you to the second and third round. And in the second round, so just hours after you submit your first round application, you're going to receive an email that will tell you that, well, you have 24 hours to take this test. And what's that test? That is a reading test. It's quite easy. There are two texts. I think there's no difference between our generation and your generation, Nazim. It's still the same two reading tests, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, just two reading tests, and they are quite easy. If you have A2 B1 level English, that's not going to be a big problem for you. You're going to have all of them correct. So these are like first and second round. Okay. So second round, you don't have to qualify for the second round. And what you'll need to do is just submit the first round and you'll automatically qualify for the second round. And the results for these rounds will be announced in November, December, months of November and December. So hopefully, inshallah, in December, you'll get a call from the Flex staff in Azerbaijan, Baku, or Tashkent, or elsewhere, telling you that, well, congratulations, you have been selected for the semifinal round of Flex program. And then that is a big round to pass. There are quite many things that includes an interview, 3 more essays, a comprehensive English language. You'll have to speak in English. But again, as you'll be told, as the Flex staff and the interviewers will mention just at the beginning of the interview, you have your opportunity to speak in your own language when you have some good idea, some very important thing to say, a nice answer to one of their questions, but you can't do that in English for obvious reasons. I remember some fellow Flexers had serious problems with speaking, and they remember answering some of the questions in Azerbaijani. And as far as I believe, in most, or at least across Central Asia and Azerbaijan, you can speak in Russian too. So that's not a problem. If you are not able to express your opinions in your own language, you can do that in Russian as well. So that's about interview, and during the interview, you'll be asked some challenging questions that will look, okay, this is, so just when you came to that picture, this is from my high school, and these are my classmates. It was taken during, there's a competition in Texas. So in every state, they have their own competition, high school, inter-school competition. And they have like band, sports, athletics, and academics. And this is my medal, 5th from regionals in current events. And these are like my classmates who also qualified for that stage. We together went to
recording in progress.
Some other place, Texas. I've traveled there and great time, also achieved many awards. So this is very special for me. Right, so when you're in the United States, here we are. My picture with Javohir. It's one of my favorite pictures, really. I'm not kidding. I love this picture. It's so cute.
Same.
Texas. All right. And this is from my first baseball match in the United States. And my favorite cap C with American flag on it. So, right. And we're going to have 3 more essays. So the difference between those essays and the essays in the first round is the essays you're going to have in the third round, in the semifinals, will be in front of camera. They have their special system, online system. I think it's conducted through Teams. I may not be. Is that through Teams, Nazim?
Yes, I see.
Yeah, I guess that was through Teams because I remember. So now, yeah, I remember I was talking about having internet issues around here. I had some issues that didn't let me join the essay round in the third round, and I asked them to rejoin later on. Well, we did rejoin, but I had this conducting it through WhatsApp, literally through WhatsApp. They just sent me the essay questions in the chat, and I answered them. I created a Word file and sent them back. It's so bizarre, but yeah, a nice experience. And yeah, those three essays the questions will also look like the first round questions. I remember, so one of the questions were, why should we, why you? Always think about it, actually, even if you're not going to be asked this question, why should they choose you as the next finalist? Why you? Why does it, and why flex program? Really, it's all about America. So if it's all about going to the United States, that's not a proper purpose for flex program. You should have a real purpose behind applying to this program. So you should think about it constantly. Why flex program? Maybe it's actually not really beneficial for me. Maybe that's not really important. Why should I apply? And why should they choose me for this program? What makes me special from others? Why do I think that I'm more special? I'm unique. And you should actually express that in your essays during the interview, that you are special. You have a different attitude towards problem solving. You have different attitude. You have different ways of communicating with others. That's what makes you special. And that's the kind of person they're looking for. And apart from essays, there will be a test, English test. That one is quite hard for a high school student in Azerbaijan or Tashkent or in Central Asia, I suppose, because it was quite challenging for me when I took that test. I didn't expect it to be that hard or that challenging. It rather looked like an IELTS test. And I remember that they even had their equivalent for IELTS score. Jawahir, go ahead.
Yeah, so I remember taking that test too. Like I was thinking, my goodness, this test is gonna be super easy, like in round two. But like
Yes,
in
round
round three, we had AFSAT. AFSAT, the website that I provided for my students, some of them are here, they know about it. And it was just so hard. And I was just like thinking, my goodness, I think I just failed. Yeah, but it turns out I got a good score at the end. It was like C1 or something. Yeah, so it was pretty hard. It was pretty hard. And it was similar to IELTS test too.
Yes, they literally had their equivalent for IELTS. Like if you get this from FSAT, this much score, that means 7 from IELTS. So it was like really confusing for me. What's this? Like I'd never heard of that exam. I'm like, if this is something close to IELTS, how come I've never heard of this? But don't worry about it. The score you're gonna get there won't determine whether you're gonna be selected as a finalist or not. Because I know personally many kids who are close to failing that test. So there are 3 students from Azerbaijan, and 2 of them are now in Moldova for an English language camp, and one of them was supposed to go there, but there were some problems with her documents, so we're now training her in Azerbaijan. I'm talking about Jamila Nazim. So they didn't have a high score from that test, but that's okay. again, this program is not about having a good English level. This program is about your worldview, your critical thinking ability. And but I'm encouraging you to focus on that test, concentrate when it comes up, try to get as good as you can. But if you think that you'll fail, you're gonna have at the end you have a bad score. That's not a big deal. Don't be obsessed about it. That won't determine whether you're a flexer or not. And there will be a health certificate form. It's nothing to deal with right now. Think about right now. There will be a transcript you can get from your principal, and there's some. We always joke about it because it's like in Azerbaijan we don't go to school. During high school we just go to tutors, and it's really funny. I was telling this to our kids in here in my hometown that all you need to do is go to your principal and ask for the transcript. It's so easy, like, and say some nice words and you'll get your transcript. So easy. And it was like one of the only occasions that I went to high school during my 11th grade that I was only with my tutors, and that was that occasion that made me to go to school and get my transcript. All right, so and that's in large part the end of the application process. There will be also another application form to fill that includes your host family letter. It's very important. If you get selected, that will help you to get a host family. The way you're going to express yourself, the way you're going to talk about your interests will help your local coordinators to find a host family for you. For example, I told in my host family, and that letter will be read by host families. That letter is especially for host families. The flex staff will not read those letters. They might, but that doesn't affect your status as a finalist. And that letter is actually designed for host families, so they might see they have some common interest with you, and they'll be able to choose you among others. I remember that I put down that I wanted to be a lawyer in the future. That's why my host dad, who was a lawyer, picked me to be his exchange student. What did you write in your host family letters, Nazim and Javohir? And have you got a host family, Nazim?
No,
you
I'm
have,
still
right?
waiting for my host family. I
Okay,
actually was.
Go ahead.
I just was there like about technology and about business, how I'm passionate about it. I also talked about my startups. And in that essay, I was like really disappointed, man. Like that. Like I don't know if it's about my essays that they still haven't found for me. I don't
Well,
know. Maybe it's
it
found.
doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
It will be. No worries about it. I mean,
And hope
you have.
so. I actually wrote really interesting things about what I like, what I do. I especially talked about basketball too, because I like this kind of sport. And I also suggested that I could play basketball as well in the team. Uh, Also other sports. Um, I talked about
Nice.
my startups, like extracurriculars. I also like volunteering. I could volunteer there. Like I talked about mixed answer. I think that was interesting actually.
Nice. I hope you're gonna get your host family very soon, maybe even tomorrow. Who knows, right?
So
Yeah, that would be a big surprise. I would love to hear it. Is Jawahir here or I think he's left.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, he'll be back. I
Okay,
suppose.
he's gonna be back. Yes, I was right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, right. This is in part
Oh,
the
he's
end of
left like
the.
shut down. He's gonna join.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So this is in part the end of the application process, and you will be notified about your status in March and April. So if you are selected for the Flex program, you'll get a call in March or April. They'll congratulate you and send you an email. All you need to do from then on is sending a digital copy, a PDF copy of your passport, and if you don't have one, to arrange to get one as soon as possible, and sign some other documents alongside with your natural family. So talking about family, when you're selected for the third round, and I hope many, everyone right now attending this session will pass for the third round, you will have a meeting with families. So Flex staff will join, and you'll be required to have one of your parents with you to join. So families will be informed about what's going on, what the program is again, and they will hear from the Flex staff. This is very important because sometimes students apply without the consent of their families, and that's totally fine. You don't need any consent from your family members when you apply for the first round. But the issue comes along when you're selected for the program, for the Flex program, because sometimes parents don't let their kids go to the United States. We have had this experience numerous times in Azerbaijan. So what I want you to do is, if you're going to apply for this program, talk to your parents and make sure that they will allow you to go to the United States. Because without their consent, without them signing the papers, you can't leave your country and go to America. Okay? So be honest with your parents and tell them about your ambitions, that you want to go to the United States. And I hope there's no actual problem here with parents among the kids joining again, attending this session. I hope your parents are totally fine with you going to the United States, and they will even be so proud about it, and they will be.
Yeah, definitely. I heard one story, like about 10 years ago, there was a girl who got selected to Flex. But then her parents says that you can't go. And her friend, he's also right now coordinator in the Hong American Center where I'm volunteering. He told me about the story. So they, with friends, Flex finalists, go to their home and convince his dad that it's a really good program. And this program actually can change her life in a better way. And they somehow convinced him, and she went to USA. And after that, I think that her life has actually changed in a better way. Like, it was really interesting story. I mean, yeah.
I know
With your parents.
couple. Yes, I know a couple ladies who went to the United States, stayed there for a month, and their families then insisted them to come back, and they had to. I mean, I was shocked when I heard that. Did you really come back from the United States? How is that even possible? Because your parents consented you to go there. They signed the papers. And back then, and when I said, remember at the beginning of our session, I said, in Azerbaijan, only 11th graders can apply for this program. There's a reason why. Because there were 2 years in a row when I think at least 2 or 3 ninth graders, and they were all girls, went to the United States and were forced to come back. And they had to come up with some excuses. I know some things happened and they came back. So the United States Department of State shut down the program for ninth graders and 10th graders. And now it's only available for 11th graders. So this is the big problem, and that's why I want you to be honest with your parent. Is it a problem in Uzbekistan, Javohir? Do parents always allow their kids to go to the United States, especially their, daughters?
No, not necessarily, because some families are very religious, and they don't really let their daughters especially go to another country, which is so often open, I would say. So yeah, we have those restrictions in some families too, but
Yes.
we don't really have the opportunity for 11th graders in Uzbekistan to apply to the program. It's only for ninth graders, 8th graders, Yeah, 10th
Oh,
grader. 8th
in 10th
graders,
grade.
yes.
Mm. So, when you came back from America and you started your 11th grade, right?
What was the question again?
So you went to the United States when you were a 10th grader.
No, I went to the United States of America when I was studying in 11th grade. In our times, it was different. In our times,
Oh,
we were
okay.
legends. Yeah, so it didn't really matter for us. The rules, right? The rules were different, I mean, the rules were different. So, anyone who was born between 2004 January 1, January 1st, and 2006 January 1st could apply in my times. And it didn't really say that if you studied in 11th grade, you couldn't apply. I applied when I was in 10th grade. If I'm not mistaken, maybe we had this requirement, but I was in 11th grade when I was leaving. However, now, well, applicants should be studying in their ninth grade or 10th grade so that they could go to America and study there while they're actually in 11th grade in Uzbekistan.
Yes, that's actually why I was confused because I knew that when you left Uzbekistan, you were studying 11th grade. I
Yeah.
remember clearly when you told me, and I was like, wow, did they change the rules in such a brief period? They have actually done this.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's all about application process. That I wanted to tell you about. If you have any additions, Jawahir and Nazim, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, so I have a question. Azer, when you applied to the program in 2020, did you have to, participate in some kind of team game? In my case, we didn't really have the team game. We had those English tests instead.
Yes, we didn't have the team game either. So I remember hearing about the team games from our previous generations. They would come conduct info sessions in my hometown, and I would attend and learn about the application process. I would be like, yeah, there's a team game that we'll have to do. And I didn't know much about it, but I thought that in the process I would learn about it. Then this COVID came, and they started, stopping the offline application process and turning it into online application, and they just scrapped the team game from the application process. And I don't think it's now a part of the application process, or it will be in the near future.
Well, Nazim, did you have to participate in a team game last year?
No, we didn't have any game. Like we had only interview. That's it.
Well, unlike in Azerbaijan, I guess, we had this team game last year actually. In Uzbekistan, like people had to go through that stage to be a finalist, to be finalist. So, yeah, difference exists still.
Did we have
Okay.
any games like in past in Azerbaijan?
What did you say, Nazim?
Did we have such games in the past in Azerbaijan?
Yes, we did.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, we did. That was pre-COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also want to say we have a new guest, Mahabbat Ahmadi. She is Flex finalist from 2019. She also just joined.
Nice. Hello, Mahabbat. Well, hello. So right, I
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to question answer. If anyone has question, they can turn on the microphone or ask in the chat. Yeah, sure.
So firstly, good afternoon for everyone. And my question is that year by year, flex applicants, like number of flex applicants rising, and it's also affecting like acceptance rate, Right now, if you ask any kind of average flex candidate about their goals from flex, they usually ask about they want to like learn American culture, American society, and teach Americans their culture, you know? And yeah, I think this wouldn't feel unique one because it's just common thing. And right now we have like 3 or 4 Flex finalist alumnus, and I would be happy if I hear your answer to this question. Like, what are your goals from Flex program?
Timur, you asked something, right? I was just looking at the chat and didn't really pay attention to the question. Can you repeat what you wanted to ask?
So yeah, I'm just asking, what would be your answer to question, what are your goals from Flex program? Like I said, the common answer is learning culture and teaching culture, but this wouldn't feel unique one, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nazim, can you tell me what you wrote in your essay? I don't really remember your essays. Like, what were your intentions?
Intentions. So we had 3 essays, where the questions were like, write about your failure and how did you overcome it? Like, how did you venture it? Write about your success story, if I'm not mistaken. And also what makes you a best, like what makes you a perfect candidate to become a best finalist, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, in that essay, I mostly talked about my curiosity. I wrote curiosity, how funny I am, and
Well, Nazim, did you talk about some robotics in your essay? Like,
I
I thought
talked
you
about
talked about robotics,
yes,
and that's
yes,
why you wanted to go to America and just, learn or something.
exactly. I mentioned it, sir. I also volunteered in American Center where I was a volunteer in Makerspace and we built robots, sir. I also connected this in my essay. So in the essay for you to remember, if you have an experience right now, you can connect it with your essay and also say that I want to maybe improve it in the United States. Uh, Also show what you know to others. Or I don't know, if you related to anything in USA, you can talk about it too, as I did. But I did not also only talk about it. I also talked about my startups, which is, they mainly were about technology. Uh, yes, like that. I also tried to make me look a little bit funnier because I know that the people who review the essays are reviewing a lot of applicants, so I gotta make it special. So I tried to make it like in the essay, I tried to make chats so that it would be different. Uh, Put out some funny statements so that it would be engaged. They were engaged. So yeah, like that.
Well, I just want to add one thing. I Timur, I hope I pronounced name right. I'm sorry if I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, nice. Um, that's an amazing question, actually. It's really nice that you're thinking very deeply of this program and the application, how students are chosen. What is unique about each one of us is not the it's well we might have different goals, yeah, right. Sometimes those goals are common. We all say that, well, we want to go and present our culture, learn about American ideals, values, but also there's a thing about what you want to do after coming back. That's where our ideas differs and diverse from each other. Because, for example, Nazim has several startups, probably wants to be an engineer and contribute to society in that way, being an engineer or whoever he wants to be. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be contributing to my society, protecting their rights. and enforcing the laws of the country. So that's where our goals are different. So think about it. Think about who you want to be in the future, and think about your professional goals, and associate it with Flex program, and then rethink why Flex program is important to you. Okay, if you want to be, let's say, an economist in the future, how can a Flex program, how can going to the United States at such a young age, studying there on an exchange for a year, be helpful for you in your future career? Think about it. Then you're going to find unique answers for yourself and for the interview and throughout the application process.
I also want to make an addition. Yeah, that was really nice answers. Yeah, so I do agree with all the things that Nazim, and Azer have said. And I also want to say that, you're getting the scholarship not from your own countries, not from Azerbaijan or Uzbekistan. The money that you're receiving to go to America is actually given by the United States of America, okay? And you just need to ask yourself, all right, so if you count everything, you would probably spend like $20,000 or $30,000 for studying in America. Okay, so you would have to pay for your food on your own. You would have to pay for your clothes and stuff and all kinds of stuff, and you would have to pay for that like more than $20,000. So imagine you're asking the American government to pay you $30,000, and it's not a small money, right? It's a lot of money. And in order to, deserve this money, you need to have a really nice motif. If you don't have this motif behind applying to the Flex program, if you say, all right, so I want to go to America because I want to learn, their culture. I want to exchange culture and stuff. And if you say this, you're not going to get that money, okay? You need to convince them. You need to convince how this, upcoming experience in the United States of America will benefit you in your on your future journey. I remember telling talking about the Sardoba incident, right? In 2020 there was a flood in this area and people needed a lot of help. And after seeing the volunteering after seeing so many people volunteering in that place, I just said that I wanted to volunteer more in America, and I wanted to do it at the international level because I want to be an ambassador. I want to be a politician. And the number one goal of the politician is to alleviate the hardships that people are going through, right? And that's why I said. And I also said that in order to make this at an international level, the future leaders exchange program would be a really nice opportunity for me to realize its potential. And I talked about how I would participate in all kinds of competitions like spelling bee, because I told them that I also participated in spelling bee, demo spelling bee in Jazat, and how I would use the opportunities that are provided by the American high school system and stuff. So that's what I told them. I also told them that I wanted to be a part of National Honor Society, National Honor Society, and that's what I did in America too. So I would say that try your best to come up with relatively unique goals, and try to make sure that you are answering that question, which is why does the American government have to give you $30,000? Why would you go to America for free? What benefit will you give America in your country? And that is why the program is called the Future Leaders Exchange. It's exchanging, right? So if you answer this question, perfectly, then you will not have to worry about your essays anymore because you will answer that question in your essay. So that's what I would say. Yeah. I hope that was clear.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you very much. We can read questions in the chat. So Peter asks, can you wrap up the key points in Flex essays? What points should we need to be careful? Anyone wants to answer?
Well, Go ahead, Jawahir.
I didn't catch it. Which question was it? Was it the
The first
first
one.
question?
Yeah, the
Yes.
first question.
Like the key points?
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
Well, key points in your essay, key points can be different. If you're talking about your characteristics, that might be your key point. Or if you're talking about your main goal, that might be your key point. It really depends on your essay prompt. So if the essay prompt is asking you to describe your three characteristics that might help you become a successful flex student in America in the upcoming year, then you will have to make these 3 points clear. You will have to tell them and also show them how, for example, how one characteristic is true about you. For example, if you say, I'm very adaptable, then you can say that, you can describe an experience that happened in the past where you had to, let's say, go to a camp in a different country or maybe in a different city, and how you had to, acclimatize yourself to the new environment. So that might be a key point. So it really depends on your essay prompt. Yeah. But make sure you answer the essay prompt itself. If you don't answer, if you leave the essay prompt unanswered, then you will not have a great essay.
Okay. Yeah. That I totally agree with what Jawahir said. Just try to again show that you're unique. Jawahir expressed that very well in his previous answer to Timur's question, and show them that you have actually contributed your society before and you can do it again. Again, they are paying you $30,000 and they want you to go back and be helpful for society. And have you been a useful, good citizen for your city, a good citizen for your country? Have you tried to be? You might not have had good chances, but opportunities. But if you have benefited from small opportunities, if you've done a little volunteering, that says a lot about you. Okay. And what I want to tell our future flexers, our applicants, that I would recommend you to volunteer, to start volunteering right now if you haven't had any volunteering before, because that will be counted during the application process. That will make a big role for you being selected as a finalist.
Okay, thank you very much for the next question. So if we then ask what kind of questions are asked in the interview, I didn't hear about that. Well, I can answer. But mostly it can be related to your essay, what you wrote, but there will be also questions, like situation questions, like what if this happens in the United States of America, how would be your reaction? What would you do in that reaction? Because they want to know your response to the specific situations. I think that the mostly questions are about that. Any additions you could have as I want to.
Yeah, so there is one question here. Toru Nambizade is saying, hi, if the process is constantly changing, how do we know what it will be this year? Do you mean the eligibility criteria? I mean the requirements, or I don't know, it's not clear enough for me to understand what you really mean. And that would be better if you clarified on this matter. And there is one more question. Is that advantage to talk about our achievements, volunteering, and goals? Yes, it's a very big advantage. If you volunteer in some organizations where you help, disabled people maybe, or where you help little kids, it might be, a really nice point to make in your essay, because it will really make your essay, stand out from other thousands of application forms. So I would really say that do include those experiences, because not a lot of people are gonna have it. I have a course, right? I have a flex preparation course, and I see my, students' essays, and only like 2 of them, maybe like only one of them might include such an experience. Like, let's say going to volunteer at an international level or national level, or just, doing those kind of like things, working on some project. So I really say that do include these experiences where you worked on different projects, where you went to a different camp, where you volunteered, where you just, achieved something very big, right? And that would really make your essay stand out from other thousands of applications, right? So, yeah. And the last question, so we have to show mostly our passion and curiosity in our essays, right? Um, kind of, yes, because I mean, if you don't show how interested you are or how, how eager you are to go to America and just like, learn about their culture and like how this experience would benefit you, then if you can't show this eagerness in your essay, you'll not even pass around three. So make sure you do include these points, right? Yeah. So if you want to make additions, guys, you can go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, so Nazim is saying that, I could talk about my flex preparation course. Yeah, so I have a flex preparation course, and there's some guys here who attend this course. Yeah, so if you want to, I don't know, prepare for the flex program, I might help you with that. So I might help you, write your essays. I will, not might, will. And you can, learn more about the flex program in that course if you want to. If you think that this meeting is not enough for you, then go ahead and just learn more about it, and you can contact me on Telegram. Yeah, so I think Nazim will leave those contact details of Azer, me, and Muhabbet, right? Muhabbet. So we have
Yes.
the similar name. We say Muhabbat. Muhabbat is like love, right?
Yes, it's exactly means the same in Azerbaijani language.
Yep.
I mean,
There you go.
it clearly derives from Arabic, I suppose, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's the same.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them. Yeah, we will answer, try to answer. Okay. So it's not Turkish, it's Turkic. A lot of people confuse that. A lot of people confuse that. Turkish is like the country, Turkey, right? And if you say
Turkey.
Turkish, that means, it's related to Turkey, the country. If you say Turkey, if you say Turkic, that means that, it includes all those countries in Russia, I mean, not countries, but like autonomous republics, right? Like not Dagestan, Kazan, and other, cities.
Tatarstan,
Sorry.
Crimea.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, Timur?
So can I ask another question?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, go ahead.
So in last year during application, I answered like what exchanger can give me. Like I answered like the exchanger could give me like make me more better person, can grow me in a person, and make me more better leader, like change my personality. And I want to ask, is it good to talk about like the exchange here is gonna improve your leadership and your communication skills, or do I have to like tell about I have like enough leadership skills and kind of.
Okay. So I got what you want to say. So look, if you haven't had this opportunity, if you haven't had this experience in Uzbekistan, and if you have never tried this before, then go ahead and say how you could benefit from the program, and that's what you can tell, right? You could benefit like doing those kind of things in America and stuff. However, if you have had this kind of experience, if you've use your leadership abilities, I mean skills and stuff, you can definitely talk about them in your essay. Again, I told like 5 minutes ago, if you mention these skills, if you mention these experiences in your essay, it will make you better. It will do nothing but perfect your essay. So go ahead and mention them if you've had this experiences. Yeah. So if Azer or Nazim want to make additions, go ahead. Yeah.
No, no, I don't know the difference. They have a difference. Was I pleased with the difference? Or
I don't have any
about
addition. It
here?
was
Farrell had a question here. He was asking about round three. For example, teamwork exists in some and not in others. So when can I find out what's going to happen? If I'm not mistaken, Azerbaijan, we won't have teamwork, right? In round
Yeah,
three.
we won't have it. We won't have it in Azerbaijan. No worries.
But I don't know
And
about
if
Uzbekistan.
I mean, if we will, that's not a thing to worry about right now. Just focus on the first round, focus on your first round essays, and if you're selected for the third round and the teamwork comes up, we'll deal with it. You can come to us and we'll have experienced alumni to tell you about the teamwork.
Okay. Does anyone have questions? See now. Great. I also left QR code here. I would like to get your comments or offers if you have any. Go ahead, it's anonymous. You can leave your comments here. Yeah, I think that this meeting is over. I would like to thank Azar Seyidli and Javohir Utkirov for participating and giving us such great experience they had in the United States of America. And they also inspired us, you guys, to apply to flights. And as you know, right now is the applications are open. We are working on it. I thought that you could have questions during this process, so that's why I decided to create this meeting with you guys. So thank you very much for all joining. And if you have any additional questions that you may have after the meeting, you can write me or also Azar or Jawahir. I will leave their contact information in the Telegram chat. If you are not, if you haven't joined, you can join. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank
And
you. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to Jawahir and Nazim. I remember Nazim's, remember when we were having these sessions for kids last year and we would do it to Jawahir, and Nazim was one of the participants, constant participant, who would always be there listening to us. We're trying to learn, benefit from our experiences. I'm really happy. Thank you, Jawahir, for having those sessions that today we have all these alumni, Nazim among our ranks. So this is your achievement. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are more than welcome, and thank you so much too. Because I remember, yeah, so almost a year ago, or exactly a year ago, Nazim was just a student, right? He was taking my course, and I really believed that he could do it, but still, like we didn't really know about it, and it just it feels so good. It feels so good to see this achievement of Nazim that he really tried, and I really think that he deserves it very, very much. And now you got it. Now just go ahead and conquer the whole world. There you go. Nazim. And that's what I wish for everyone too. That's what I wish for everyone too. Do your best and, try to be unique. Try to come up with your own reasons for applying to the program. Do not copy from ChatGPT or something. Do your own work. Yeah.
Also,
thank you so much, Nazim, for the opportunity to create this, meeting and have this discussion with people. We are so thankful to you, Nazim, and we wish you good luck with your endeavors and your Connectverse project. So, good luck. Break a leg.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay.
Sahol, right? Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
Before we go, I would like to take a picture.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, so we can stop sharing.
I'm gonna put the first page, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I will just leave it here. Okay. If it's possible, if everyone can open their cameras, that would be great.
Yeah.
So
guys. Yeah, there we go.
If you're okay with that, you can open your cameras. I'm just gonna take a picture.
For the sake of the picture, guys, please open up your
I'm
cameras
almost open.
quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Sec.
Okay.
Okay, I think
That's it. I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this.
okay. All right. Was that all?
No, I didn't take a picture.
Okay, that's it. Uzbek Sila, right? All right. Azer Sila. All right.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. Yes, you can leave now. I will
Okay.
also share the video on the YouTube and also Telegram if you want to rewatch it. Yep. Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.
Sure.
Thank you, guys. Thank you,
Everyone.
Azer,
Yeah.
for
Thank you.
organizing and event.